Greetings, wonderful people. Thank you for being here today. Yes. We need you. We need you. We need you. We need you. Yes. Thank you. Another Wednesday, another day of grace, another day of mercy, another day of love, another day of wisdom. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I don't know how to do this. Anyway, welcome. And tonight, it's so special. It's so special. Thank you for the goodness. Thank you for love. Thank you for mercy and all that good stuff. Anyway, praise the Most High God. Yes. Anyway, we're talking about our children today, our future leaders. Yes, our leaders for tomorrow and beyond. What will this world be like? What will be happening in this world without leaders? Oh, I'll be too old, can't get around anything. So we need leaders. But anyway, we see that our children are going through so much stuff. They're going through so much trial and tribulation. And I mean, just not all physical trial and tribulation. How about some mental anguish? How about emotional unstability? How about just plain, just the characteristic of our youth? It's like missing something. They miss guidance. They miss training. They miss being prepared for the future, prepared for adulthood. They miss a lot of things. They miss education even, right? But then again, we here to talk about really the abuse part. And we're talking about the destructive part. We're talking about now what's going on with our children today, what's happening with them and to them. And we see so many times that things are not like they're supposed to be. Things are not like it should be. And then every time you turn around, something is going on that's wrong. Something is going on that's going to hurt them. That's going to be detrimental to their life, their health, and well-being, all this stuff. Right. So, but we're thankful for them. We were given them, and yet and still they're like a gift. How do you take care of your gift? How do you prepare your gift for future days, future references? Are you really taking care of this gift in a good way, in a good manner? So let's think about these things. Let's talk about it. So what happened is so many times that we see things going on, we see things that's happening, and we don't say nothing. We don't do anything but gossip. We stare, and then we condemn, connive, backstab, judge, all that stuff. Criticize. Oh yeah, criticize. Well, these children this and these children that, this and that and the other. Okay, now let's get into what's going on, some of the things that's going on with them. Let's get into the abuse, get into the destructive nature of what they have to go through on a daily basis. Are they prepared for adulthood? Are they prepared for tomorrow? Children are not really prepared in the way that I say in the older days or we were, because now they have to go through some trials and tribulation that's beyond measure. For instance, right, at 14 years old, she's playing a game on a computer. Parents are not paying attention to the type of game that she's playing because kids are just playing games all day long, all the time, different kind of game, different names of the games. Most of them games are challenging. Games give challenges to the player, and you have to do these challenges. So this young lady, this girl, 14 years old, going through the challenges of this game. And then the last challenge, the game tell her, okay, you succeeded so far. Next step, for you to kill yourself. And guess what? She did. Just like that. So these demonic games all over the place. It's like demonic music. They're influences and they psycho hypnotizing. But yeah, hypnosis is supposed to be good. Hypnosis is good because I use hypnosis sometimes in helping people to get over a certain thing in their addictions, sometimes in their problem, their trial and tribulation. We use hypnosis. Hypnosis is nothing more than suggestion. And that's what happened. Suggestion. But the type of suggestion brings her to the place that she's no longer here. And this is what's happening too many times. They've been influenced by others. Peer pressure. Peer pressure is a great one now. It's like uh kind of keep up with the crowd, to kind of keep up with the Joneses, so to speak. But then with having children, there is no Joneses to keep up with. They just the peer pressure. Well, then how about the 14-year-old, another 14-year-old, about that age, right? Now she's in school, middle school, going into high school. She have a little friends that come by. Well, mama said that you can't have company, okay? But you know how kids just sometimes they just bogart into your house. They bogart with you. If you're really your mama's not like some of the mothers I know, yeah, they like don't listen to the child. Don't listen to the little friend. They go in the house. But in the house, there's a sick sibling. Well, the house is not fresh, bouquet, like everybody talking about. So the kids talk about it. Kids humiliates her. Guess what? She's no longer with us. She's no longer with us. And then there are others. There are others that do things. Being bullied at school. She's not really, into all of the how you call it, the social moral type thing that kids are into nowadays. They having sex all over the place in the school, in the gym, and library, and everywhere else, and all this stuff. They're doing things that you wouldn't even think about doing. Doing things where kids are like, what? What are you doing that for? Like, you know what I mean? But then they rule the teachers, they ruling the teachers, they're taking over the school. And then you trying to do your best. Oh, you're a nerd, you're this, you're that. And the pressure gets hard, the pressure gets strong. Pressure. Can't take it no longer. Darkness. What's she gonna do? So she goes to the 17th floor. 17th floor. Girl, you know you can't fly. You know you can't fly. But she says in her mind and her heart and her spirit, release me from the cocoon to be like a butterfly, to fly free in the air. Wow. But then the stares from the people that's going by, the brokenness, the hurt, the pain, the death. So, people, are we really paying attention to our children? Are we really paying attention to the situation that they're going through? And then we find out that the majority of those who are really hurt and traumatized, the pain comes from within the household. Within the household. Mama's new boyfriend, mama's new husband, Uncle Joe, Uncle Gene, Auntie Lucille, all molesting this poor child. Sometimes they take turns. Yeah, these grown people. And then 5 years old, they started the action, rubbing and touching, caressing, and then having her to return the favor to them. She don't know any better. She don't know anything. But then by the time she gets 9 years old, she has become addicted to that stuff, that mess, that situation. Then by the time she's a teenager, she is going overboard with desires, urges, needs. She do some things that you wouldn't ordinarily do. This is why sometimes they go through some changes, whereas obsession. They go through changes, whereas become a fetish. You go through changes, whereas like they're guilty, they shame, but they can't control themselves now. So then, no, then next time, next thing you know, they're no longer with us. So all of these things come about, people. That's why we have to really talk about these things. Watch as well as pray. You see something going wrong, you see something that's happening in the family, you see a child all quiet and don't want to be bothered. They're not being active. They're just there in a corner somewhere, darkness, depressed, hurting, hurting on top of the pain. See if you can talk to them. See if you can say something to them. See if you can be that friend, but then don't just be the friend to be nosy. Be that friend to be there to support them, give them some comfort, give them inspiration and wisdom. Pray for them. Help them up. Give them strength in their bones, in their ankle bones, in their backbone. Let them know that they're not alone on this journey. Let them know that there is help. Let them know. Give them some type of hope. Without hope, they are in trouble, because they are in trouble. They're in trouble. They don't want to tell you because they get into trouble for real, because now they're so guilty. They're blaming the guilt on their own self. They're blaming themselves for the guilt of the trial and tribulation. They're blaming themselves for the embarrassment. They're blaming themselves. Help us, help us, help us. They're not guilty. They were used and misused. They were abused. And now they become promiscuous. Yes, in later days. This is what happens sometimes. It has been noted that through trauma, through hard times and abuse and things like that, a child can be traumatized so bad that it'll follow them. So you see this beautiful, beautiful girl, this beautiful woman. She's so beautiful. You love her so much that, ooh, yes, I could desire her. I could love her. But then again, she's been broken. She's been hurt. She's been tarnished. She's been violated. She's been poisoned even. Her soul is dark and cold. But right now, she's there. She's in a normal state. But then you get married to her. And then next thing you know, she gets go to job because she want to help out in the family and everything. She don't want to be a stay-at-home person. So then here come John Henry. Here come Rudy. Hey, what's up? Compliments, compliments. And then they say the right type of compliment because they notice things. They notice things that the husband didn't even think about noticing. The fragrances, their hairstyle, the blush, the right words to say. The next thing you know, it's the triggers. They pull the trigger on this 45, this Glock. And guess what? Right between her eyes. The trigger. They brought back those memories. They brought back that situation of what happened. She had been programmed to do. It's like a mechanical thing, a robot. She had no intention of doing that. But next thing you know, she's there. She's making plans. She's maneuvering. She's hiding. She got secrets. She got this. She got that. Next thing you know, she's changing her wardrobe. She's changing the situation. She have no affection now for her husband. So her affection now is out there. Her fantasy is back in the force that it was a long time ago. That trauma has not been healed. So what do? Talk with them, discuss things. And then sometimes it doesn't pay to tell everything, but ask for certain questions. Learn how to read. Learn how to read body language. Learn how to read emotional signs. Oh yeah, they're there. But then again, all because of a child that was hurt a minute ago. A minute ago. See, this is what's happening with so many things that's going on today. This is what's happening with the problems and issues that's going on. And out of faith, out of sight, out of mind, and then climbing and more, being more toxic. Men and both women, both of them. The little boy that wasn't even a teenager yet, just about getting ready to be a teenager. His uncle pat him on the behind and rubbed him. Well, the football players, they be slapping each other on the behind, all that stuff, right? But don't rub him. And next thing you know, hey, he goes down and buy him a skirt, a dress. He goes buy him a blouse. Got makeup on because his uncle brought to life something that it was hidden in the closet, that was locked in the closet. So all of these things come about, people, for our children. And then this little 8 years old, a relative, female type, grown, gives her a bath, cologne her down, dresses her nice, put her on a train, and they go to another city. Knocking on the door, some man answers the door. Come on in. The aunt, the grown-up person, sitting at the table in the living room watching television. The man takes the girl into his bedroom. Needless to say, what happened? 8 years old. She said it hurt really bad. The aunt takes her back home, give her another bath. You're going to be all right. Wow. He gave you a couple of dollars. How much did the aunt get? Who knows? But this is one of those cases where I ran into, because I was selling my book, Closet Secrets. Closet Secrets about 14-year-old girls out there having sneakers and clothes and outfits, jumping into cars with their godfathers, uncles, and different ones, friends of the family. Give me a couple of dollars. Give me this, give me that. Help me out. And they did. And they did. And they did. So these are some of the things that happen. But anyway, this little 8-year-old girl grows up to become a prostitute. Teenager, not even grown yet. So she asked this guy, one of her clients more or less, why you guys always like to have little girls? So the guy said, and I hope you guys out there understand what I'm trying to say, and I'm trying to be intentional with my words, but I'm trying to help you to understand, help you to realize and know some of the things that's going on in this life, in this world. It's not all peaches and cream, not all daffodils and valleys, high grass, honeysuckles, breeze of lilacs and magnolias. Sometimes there's a foul smell in the air. This guy tells her, well, the reason why I go with him And that's why most guys go with them, like them, want to be joined with them, fit like a glove, tight. So I'm taking this in, listening to what she said. Now, this was when she was teenager. Now she's grown. She got children of her own. So she bought my book. Buy my book, right? But she's sharing this with me because she was hurting, still hurting. A grown woman that's grandmama now, hurting because at 8 years old, she was taken to see a man. And how long and how many more times, I didn't ask her. But the point of it is, it bothered her. And this is what he told her. And then I'm on social media and we're talking about how exercising and why men like younger girls and the older women don't get the play from the older guys, the young guys. They want the young guy, boom, 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 all this stuff. You know what I mean? So I spoke up. Well, for one thing, the younger ladies, young girls, exercise because there's a need for exercise for their body. I'm trying to be nice to them, right? They said, "What you mean about it?" I said, "Well, men like younger girls because of the activities and the goodness that they receive from the young girls because they are really more athletic type thing, right? Trying to be nice. Next thing I know, it's like, oh, you a molester? Oh, you a pedophile? Oh, you this and you that? Wait a minute. I'm just delivering a message. I'm just telling you about what's going on. How stupid. No, I'm not going to say that. No, no, no. You're not stupid. You just don't know the better. You're not listening. You don't see things. See, this is what happened too in our life, in our situation, in our world. We see things going on, but we don't see it in spirit. We don't really understand and know what's going on, what's happening. But we see it being happening. We see the out of character, the out of shape, and out of situation thing that's going on. But we don't do anything about it. We don't talk about it. We don't discuss it. We don't pray over it. We don't legislate uh, laws for the safety of the children and for the safety of this. Because even the law has a fallacy of hurting children also, picking on them, beating them, killing them, not listening to them, not listening to them. Identity crisis is also a part of the hurt and the pain of a child. Today, more than ever, you see more children born with situations going on in their bodies that was like very few in between in the old days. Old days, one or two people that was in a situation, a bad place like that, especially the hermaphroditus type elements. Now they call it transvestites, transes, and all this stuff. Okay, wow. But I remember those days. I remember those days way back in the days, whereas hermaphrodites was like common in certain places, some areas. They were like the studs now today. But then again, today, more and more and more than ever. And one thing that I'm noticing, if you ask most people, most women, about did they take birth control pills when they were younger, most a lot of them say yes. Do you not realize that those birth control pills have ingredients in it? Yes, an ingredient. Why they call it the birth control pill? Don't you know that that stuff, that chemical that's in there, help change the genetics of a child, of a person, a newborn? That's why they tell you that before you want to have a child, stay off of the medication for a while. And they give you an idea of how long to stay off it, but they don't do it. So that estrogen kicks in, and next thing you know, your little boy is a girl, your little girl is a boy. So then The child, the child is upset. The child is ashamed. The child is like, who am I? What am I? And how are you going to explain it to them? Well, it just happened like that, and you hide things, you sweep it under the rug, put it in the closet, put your child up in the attic and down in the basement, out of sight. But now the poor child has to go into the public with a question mark. And next thing you know, we're at a funeral. So these are things we just want to bring to you, wonderful people. Because in my book, Silent Scream, Child Suicide, Children at Risk, Children in Crisis. And guess what? It seems like nobody cares. Nobody cares. The adults don't care. The children don't understand. Why not? If we know the signs, we know the situation. Maybe a relative, somebody can say, hey, look here, just because you are in that situation, whereas you think you this or you think you that, but let me tell you something. You can still go through life in a beautiful way. Let them know that they're worthy. Let them know that they don't have to go through the, yes, I'm going to say it. They don't have to be like that all the time throughout their life. They can grow up to be wonderful people standing in the presence of the Almighty. Yes, I said it. So no disrespect or no reflection on those who want to be in that area or that position or that society. But like I say, there are people who says, I don't want to be like that. Don't let them be like, don't force them to be like that. Teach them how to be human beings, to be beautiful human beings, to be loved human beings, to have joy and the peace of human beings. No, you can't do everything and anything like everybody else. You're special. You're unique. Live in your uniqueness. So, wonderful people. I just want to bring this to you on this Wednesday, and I hope to be able to come back again. But please, let me know how you feel. Let me know what you think. Give me some feedback. And don't be like this group that's in social media. Yeah. The judge that played divorce court. There's a group sending out different notices to a lot of groups. Wow. They took it down. They deleted. Okay. Why? Nobody in your groups that are parents, nobody in your groups have children, nobody in your group cares about a child's welfare. Everybody in your group, from Mars, Venus, Neptune, somewhere. You're not humans. You don't believe that these are demonic spirits that's floating around and attacking your children or the children, that these are going to be leaders of tomorrow. What kind of a group is this? What kind of a group is this? And then they say, well, divorce court, what I mean, we deal with certain things, this issue, and they ever talk about God, this, and that, other. How in the world can you talk about God, want to be with God, and then could care less about the children that God said, don't forbid them to come into me. Don't forbid them. Let them come. He wants them to come. But are we holding to what God said and protecting them to come unto him? So with that, wonderful people, thank you. This is Michael Jones. Desire to excel, people in love.com, people in luv.com. Yes. Defeating addiction, depression, and infidelity. All of those things under one family, one roof. Why we do that from one thing, one this? Because we know that the way to attack and way to apply the process of healing is through faith. And faith, ah, is the key word to believe. Believing is faith. Confidence in your belief. Confidence in your wisdom. All right? So think about it. With that in mind, take care, be blessed, be blessed, be blessed. And then, like I said before, there's so much is happening. We hope to see you soon and very soon. But please, 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 don't turn your back on these items, these subject matters, because you don't know what's coming down the road that's going to take us out of here worse than the pandemic, worse than the flu, worse than the AIDS, worse than uh, malaria. All these things every so often is coming by. It's coming out, knocking on your door, knocking on your door. Don't let this hypocrisy, this confusion, and this deceitfulness knock on your door, and then you'll be like the sands of the sea on your way to the lake of fire. Peace, grace, and love be unto you always. In Jesus' name. Bye now.